Now, the main topic, can we finally stop blaming white people? So what it is Black History Month is here in the UK. Being in Ghana, one of the inspirations behind going for both of us, we've discussed this, was we did our ancestry DNA, and when it came up, quite a high proportion of my ancestral trail resides in Ghana. It's so many things there, but one thing that we did do, and we made it a point to do, was to go to a place called the Elmina Castle. And this castle's job was to process slaves. So what would happen is 1,000 slaves were processed at a time through this castle, Elmina Castle. And what they would do is they'd round up these people, put them into this confined space. In the dungeons, there was no sanitation, there was hardly any ventilation, and you could be there for up to 3 months, being held until the small boats would come, take a portion of slaves at a time to the main slave ship that would go over to what they called the New World. They could insure 750 slaves and send that bond to the UK, to the insurance companies in the UK. So this small door was called
Door of no return.
So the last thing these slaves saw was this sign before they walked through this small, very narrow doorway onto maybe a plank, but onto this small boat. These dishes are made and were prepared because they're really easy to grow, really cheap, and you can make it on huge scale. So when you say to yourself, you're going to have oxtail, because I'm a proud Jamaican, if you think to yourself, the oxtail is the part of the ox
It was thrown away.
So when you start thinking about it and putting it all together, you're saying to yourself, well, we might enjoy those dishes and celebrate them now, but if you look at the history of where they come from, you have to imagine to yourself, this was the food that the slave owners didn't want.
I think on the question of can you stop blaming white people, you can't stop blaming white people from that portion of time because they had an agenda.
And on the door that says the door of no return, on the other side they've put a new plaque up which says the gate of return, because all the people that walked through the door thought they'd never come back. This is evidence that it hasn't defined us, that we can actually come back, and I will bring my children to come and see that. And this is why we can't stop blaming them.